Up YouTube? George here, trading futures live, where we trade futures live every single day, live in front of the camera. Pre-market analysis for today, August 11th, 2022. Let's go ahead and get right into it. We already had news today. We had PPI at 8:30, came in lower than forecast, better than expected as far as inflation concerns. As far as inflation is concerned. PPI is essentially the price of finished goods and services sold by producers, and so the price has gone down, kind of reinforcing the lower inflation numbers, not low inflation numbers, but the lower inflation numbers from yesterday, and the markets have reacted off of it already. If we go ahead and take a look at the markets so far in the overnight, I've got the four major indexes here to the left: the ES, the NQ, the Dow, and then the Russell on the bottom left. The red dotted line is yesterday's closing price, and you can see that they are all up. And they are all up mostly in the last hour or two. This last 30-minute candle being that spike up from the CPI news. So we are at highs right now over the last few months at this point. Even this daily, if we take a look here at the NQ, you'll see we're at highs as far back as May 5th, and on the ES the same. We're at highs as far back as May 5th. So certainly on the daily, we've had some bullish sentiment. Again, all the markets are up. Let's go to the 90-minute. We're breaking highs. Yesterday closed higher than the last week as well, and so certainly bullish sentiment out there in the market right now. We've got this was supposed to be the dollar, but we've got gold futures down here. Not sure what happened here. Let's go CO. Crude is up 93.50, and this was the Dixie. And dollar pushing down, testing the lows from yesterday right now. All right, we've got gold essentially flat. It did break down, test 1800 in the overnight, but it is back up to yesterday's close and has been trending higher. A few weeks ago, we were down as low as 1700, so trending up as well. The VIX is flat right now. The VIX is at a low from quite a few. Let's take a look at the VIX on the daily as well. If we take a look at the VIX, it already basically broke the low from April 21st. So we're basically breaking down into April 5th. Right, so VIX is at lows it hasn't seen in quite a few months, and unless we continue to push down, the market doesn't really know what to make of the pivot, because we are up in all the markets, but the VIX has still not pushed down. If we go back to the 90, still hasn't broken yesterday's lows, even though we are up from yesterday. So we'll take that in stride as we trade today. If we go ahead and take a look at the charts, the weekly is starting to look strong here, breaking this pivot. Still have a zone here that I needed to break out of, and the trend line. So overall on this time frame, I am bearish. Still expect to see some type of reaction off of here to retest these lows at some point. I don't necessarily expect this to test all-time highs without some sort of retest of the lows, or maybe this support level here, the highs from these few weeks. And so still lower lows and lower highs. It's finally making a higher high there, but we need to make a higher low for this to really turn bullish for me. If we go ahead and look at the daily though, daily's looking strong. Broke the trend line, broke out of that channel, broke out of this zone here, and can certainly even make it up to those highs today. 42.02 being the low, and these highs here from as far back as May is 42.89, so it would be 87 points, a little bit above the daily ATR of 72, but nothing outrageous that it can certainly make it, and there's not much in the way as far as the daily candle is concerned. So let's go ahead and take a look. So on this time frame, bullish right now. We're breaking levels. We're already out of yesterday's range, so bullish on the daily. And if we go ahead and take a look at the 60-minute, I have a few levels drawn out here. We did break out, did have the previous highs here, and it was a level dating back to a few months ago as well. Have a few supplies up here. I have another one higher that I still need to mark out. We're going to need to check these here. I do like these lows. And of course, these highs. So, we have a few levels there. I'm even going to mark out. I'm just going to put a line here, though. And those highs right there. So, we do have some supply in the way. But we can certainly grind up and test these levels throughout the day. We can also just chop around. We've already had a decent push up. The ATR so far, though, 206 to 46, so only 40 points, a little over half the daily ATR range, so still have some room to go potentially there as well. And then we have some demands down here, some levels from yesterday, a pre-market support level here, some previous resistance that we broke out of that can create some support there as well. And so being bullish, I'm gonna, if we end up breaking down for whatever reason, I'm gonna need to see it break down quite a bit before I were to get short. And if we maybe see some rejections off of these levels, I'd potentially look to get long. If I was looking to get short, I would more so be trying to do it maybe off of some of these levels where price breaks up into, retests, and can't really follow through, and then we roll over and maybe get short, breaking back below a pivot or something here. And then this, of course, though, we could break out, and depending on the internals, we could just take this long, right? So if we also maybe get a pullback into early on in the session, we get a pullback into, we get a pullback into maybe this first or second areas of demand, and start to show signs that we want to go up, I wouldn't necessarily mind being long in that way either, right? A quick retest of this to get long, maybe take it on a breakout here. Of course, this is all going to depend on the internals. The internals that we look at being the advanced decline line and the tick chart. If those support the move, they are going to open up in positive territory, right? They're going to open up at right at 9:30, and this is going to gap up from yesterday, so they're going to open up in extreme positive territory. How extreme, we don't know yet, but if they open up in positive territory and then continue to trend upwards, I'm going to want to be long, right? And so those are going to be my scenarios on the day. We'll catch you guys in a few minutes in the live session. 9:25 we'll go live. It's going to be just me and Beto today. I don't think Franco's going to be able to join us again today. And we'll see you guys shortly. Take care.